Check 1 2 on the mic. Hello and welcome to Zig Shoots. Tonight we are going to be watching a video. It's a classic video. It's a bolt cleaning video. Give me just a second. I got to tell the kids to turn the TV down. Okay, anyway, TV's down. I don't need any copyright violations because of dyno trucks playing in the background. So, anyway, tonight we're going to be watching a Zeke Shoots classic. You guys are most welcome to engage in the comment section. Now, the reason why we do this is so you guys can see some of the older videos and we can have a little bit of a discussion on on the video itself. Whereas on the older videos, a lot of you guys aren't familiar with them because you guys haven't, seen them. Obviously, a lot of them are gone now because YouTube, But anyway, we're going to be moving these videos over to Gunstreamer, Utah Gun Exchange, Full 30, and everything there. So just kind of keep that in mind. What we're going to be doing primarily on Zeke Shoots is reviews on like vanilla stuff and not necessarily gun how-tos anymore. So some of these older videos that we're going to be doing live channel feeds on, we're not going to be keeping them up. So if you guys want to see them, they'll be on Full 30, Utah Gun Exchange, or Gunstreamer, or some of the other places that are going to be here and there. After the video is done, then we will open up for about a 10-minute discussion. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section throughout. And then once the video is over, it'll be good to go. Anyway, I did have to back the frame rate down, so if there is a little bit of chop, it says that the stream rate is excellent on my end. I'll tell you what, we'll turn the frame rate up just a hair, and then we'll see what's going on there. I got it at 1300 right now. Normally, I do about 1900 and have a pretty good quality afterwards, so I'll put it up to about 1600. Once I get that done, then we'll fire up the video and start streaming away. So, click, 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 click. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below now. If you were here earlier, you have the stream link. So if you want to keep that and visit the chat from time to time, the chat room is always open. So I am going to leave that open for you guys. So you guys, all right, I'll get the frame rate cranked up. So those of you might have some chop in the video quality, you'll be able to enjoy a little bit better. So if it does end up getting really choppy and staying choppy, I'll back it off again. So we're running off my computer, not my server. So just bear with it. So without further ado, let's watch the Zeke Shoots Classic. A couple of things that are going to make life easier are cotton swabs, an oily rag, some oil, and the multi-tool that came with your Mosin-Nagant. The first sets of notches are for determining the depth of your firing pin. The big notch is for removing the firing pin, as well as there is a screwdriver attached to the front. First, we're going to decock the hammer on the bolt. Rotate the bolt 90 degrees, and voila! This is how it would look inside the weapon. The connecting rod and the bolt can be removed as a unit by pulling them straight forward. As you can see, the little notches that hold the items in place. Rotate the bolt, and you can pull it forward and free of the connecting rod. Make sure while you're taking these things apart that you test their functionality and make sure that there are no defects or burrs that would hinder performance. Make sure nothing's bent. Now this is the bolt head. Now there are some interesting things on here, but I'll show you this is the extractor. Don't, for the love of God, remove this thing. But if you have to, you can drift it backwards. You'll understand why you need Q-tips real quick when you see the counterboard surfaces of the insides of these parts. This is the bolt assembly with the head and the connecting rod removed. That's the cocking handle, the bolt body, and the firing pin you see there. See it right there, that notch there. That's what it's for. Now, push down on the unit and lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Now, I am using the bolt body to unscrew it while I'm holding the firing pin stationary. You can do it however you want, but this is the best way I've found. Now, without putting any pressure down on this, it makes it a little easier for the firing pin to get away from you. Although that pin isn't fantastically strong, it's strong enough to pull the threads out on the back end of the firing pin. What we have after removing the firing pin and the firing pin spring are the hammer and the bolt body. When you're wiping down the firing pin, make sure you check the shaft for any cracks or stress marks, as well as the threads for any cross-threading or damage. Also, look at the tip that strikes the primer to make sure it is not bent or cracked. A bent firing pin in a Mosin-Nagant does not necessarily mean it is unserviceable. Check for excessive wear. If there is any present, you may need to replace the firing pin. As far as springs are concerned, the Mosin-Nagant has a pretty good one. The only damage that could be the common damage that is occurred on these is when they're left cocked too long and you end up with compression damage. Now with the hammer or the safety knob, is what you're going to want to do is you're going to clean out the little nooks and crannies and inspect for excessive wear, especially where the connecting rod attaches. Make sure you clean the inside as well as the threaded portion. And keep in mind that the
hole where the firing pin enters the hammer is also counterbored. Don't forget to clean out the threads. You'll thank me later. Now, one thing I do a lot in this video or any other video is I oil my weapons a lot and frequently. I may even be doing it overboard, but it's peace of mind. I know I'm doing it. Oil as you feel is necessary. Don't forget to get the inside portions of any part that you're working on, because forgetting that could lead to a rust ball when you come back to it. Now, the bolt body is much the same as the other parts. There's a counterbore hole as well as little tiny nooks and crannies. That is why we have our cotton swabs. Clean it out as good as you can. However, make sure to look where the connecting rod and the bolt head lock together on the bolt body to make sure that there is not any damage. Clean out where the hammer goes, where the hammer slides in for the safety. And don't forget to wipe down and oil as necessary. Alright, after we've taken the bolt head off of the connecting rod, we're going to take and clean out every little nook and cranny on this thing, making sure to get where the ejector slides to the bolt, as well as the little channel that seems to collect every little piece of crud off of the chamber. And you're going to want to get where the bolt body locks on, as well as the extractor, and where the connecting rod attaches. Make sure everything is smooth and functional when you're done. Now, the inside has that counterbore hole, so do not forget that. Also, that hole for the firing pin is tapered, so take into account for that when you're jamming a cotton swab down in there. Now, do not forget to oil the insides, because the firing pin's going to need some lube, and don't forget to smear it around. The connecting rod, you're also going to want to lube. Just make sure that there is minimal metal to metal contact as possible. Now, same as removal. Push it in, turn it. Check for functionality. Make sure that there isn't hesitation or anything that would warrant a closer look at the part. Now, with the bolt body, you're going to want to put oil in there and I usually use a swab or the spring to push it around. And I always lube the firing pin like this. Check for functionality, make sure there's no resistance other than the spring tension, obviously. Now we're going to put the hammer back on, but make sure you put it on in the right manner. Now, same as removal, push down and turn. However, turn righty to tighten it. Now I'm once again turning the bolt body. This is only because it's easier for me. And you see the index marks on there? Little lines going up and down one direction. You'll see here in just a second why those are there. Do not crank that thing down. That's the last thing you want to do is twist that. See how I don't have the index mark lined up? I'm checking for functionality. The bolt will function without the head. Now, I've got the connecting rod. I'm trying to put it on. Now, the connecting rod mates up to the firing pin, which also mates up to the hammer. In order for that to happen, the firing pin has to be lined up with those index marks. Now that I've got it lined up with the index marks, the bolt can go back together. Now these little notches on the front here, the front side of this tool, are a go and a no-go. It should hit the shorter but miss the deeper. See, it should hit this one, but the next one it should miss. Now the bolt is ready to go back together. Make sure, if there's lube all over your hands and everything, understandably, but you're going to want to put it in the cocked position. Not like that, like that. That way it's ready to go in the weapon. Run some oil over it, especially on the connecting rod, because that wears on the bottom of the thing. And here we have the weapon in a firing position. I just cocked the weapon. To put it into safety, pull back on the cocking handle and turn to the left. Turn to the right and back in order to take the safety off. To decock the weapon, we pull the handle up, not all the way, and then pull the trigger. To recock it without pulling the handle, pull on the cocking knob or the safety lever. The weapon is now ready to fire. Decocking. Once you have the bolt handle all the way in the cocked position, pull back on the bolt and on the trigger, and the bolt can be removed from the weapon. Remember to like and subscribe and share my videos on Facebook. Thank you guys for watching. The Mosin-Nagant 9130 was born from the battle-proven M91. Many of the 9130 rifles assembled before 1930, or having dates before 1930, were in fact ex-Dragoons or Model 91 variants. In 1930, the M91 and Dragoon were replaced by the 9130. Like the M91 and its counterparts, the 9130 can be loaded via the 5-round stripper.
Oh boy. Well, there's the codec problem. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions or comments about the Mosin-Nagant Bolt cleaning process, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Kids are wound for sound in the background, so that you're gonna hear from time to time probably. And um, but anyway, if you got any questions or comments, feel free. I'll leave the stream up for just a couple more minutes, and um, let's see if we can't get this video to play in another time. But anyway, as far Studley says, my Mosin sear spring broke. I need a new one. If I had one, I would send you one, and there'd be no questions asked, brother. Um, there are some on SG ammo, or not? I'm sorry. Shoot, what is it? Numeric. They have them. Anyway, that right there is where I would go to look. That's pretty crazy that it broke. But I have seen extractors break, so it's anything is possible, especially with the Mosin-Nagant. Yep. Boris Karakov says, Numeric, I love that place. Anyway, as far as like Mosin-Nagant parts are concerned, I mean they're very simple rifles. They're really easy to use. They're really easy to clean and care for. And whether it's an unmolested 9130 or it's a refurb or it's a fin capture, you're gonna have a really nice rifle. Something that's gonna keep you. Give me just a second. I gotta yell at the kids. Oh boy. Anyway, if you guys are interested in your own Mosin-Nagant, AIM Surplus just brought in a batch of them. I know that was it Royal Tiger is supposed to be having some in, and Classic I think has. Anyway, this is why sometimes when I schedule a stream for 8:30, it ends up running until 9 before I even get on, because the kids get wound for sound. But anyway, those of you who are parents understand exactly. Um, Steadley says Classic or AIM Surplus was selling 9130s for 300 right now. And that's a crazy thing. I remember. I don't think I went over 200 with 9130, and I really that wasn't that long ago, but I don't know. Um, I did end up with a nice variety of Mosin-Nagant 9130s. Anyway, oh boy, at least I got a mute button on the mic. Anyway, my CNR license. Oh my goodness, I finally am gonna be able to get to use that here again soon. I don't think I used it but once or twice this year. Next year, yeah, depending on how sturgeon season goes, I'm gonna be using the heck out of that CNR license. I'm gonna be using it so much. It's just not even gonna be funny. Anyway, as far as the 9130s, sometimes you can get them with really smooth, beautiful, mirror smooth bores. They're not that hard to find, but evidently they are, because uh, basically, the one you see here in the still here, That one actually is my first one. That one there is. It has a completely smooth mirror smooth bore. Let's see here. Let's see if I can't skip ahead without doing much damage here. Um, the ones that I have with the worst bore, like here's one of my M91s. This one here's a fin capture. This one's actually my 1891. Or I'm sorry, it would have been a French build originally. Um, it's actually um, it's a fin capture. I have another one with a Tika barrel, but this one here, and that's an 1899. But this one here is an 1894. All the numbers on it actually match. The only thing that doesn't match on it is, unfortunately, the stock. So if you know anybody with a French Mosin-Nagant 90 or M91 stock, I would love to buy that off of them. So I could, I mean, I've had a debate about it with people, and I wouldn't be bubbaing it. I mean, I understand that it is a fin capture, but it would be nice to actually get this thing back to what it looked like or what it should have looked like. And I understand it's got its own historical significance. However, how many legit 100% French Mossins are running around? But that's just whatever. But anyway, uh, I've got a bring back Type 53. I've got several M91s, and the better the bore, the more you're going to get for the rifle. Um, it just is. It is what it is. I mean, it's not really something that's um, I don't know. It's gonna be going. The kids are going nuts upstairs. Um, anyway, uh, I do apologize about the stream last night. We was gonna have Glock Shooter on, and we were gonna talk about his JRA. We're gonna have him on probably tomorrow. We're gonna talk about the JRA. We're gonna hopefully revisit that. I'm not too impressed with JRA at this point. The examples that I have seen, as well as the two that he got, are for a supposed premier builder, I'm not very impressed at all. But anyway, as far as Mosin-Nagants are concerned, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I got another minute or so, and I will answer questions in the comments section at this point. And I'm going to play a couple songs, and we're going to close out the stream for the night. So, we are going to play a couple of songs that are from Armed Ape. So, if he ever comes back on here and we see him, we'll be able to entertain him with that.
I see the colors of an isolated storm impelling me in every which way known. And I know there's love for life in everyone. Can't you feel it grow? Oh Lord, I try. Can't you feel the pull? Oh Lord, I try. Can't you feel the love? And I said, I know I feel that I'm home.
guess this warrants comment, so we'll go ahead and comment on this here. This would be the Instagram post from Circle 10 AK, and they're pretty good guys. I enjoy their company. There are definitely people that you can get along with real good, and basically have a good time with them. Anyway, Circle 10 adds Circle 10 AK says a North Korean underfolder clone from our friend Zeke Shoots at Bullpup Shoot. Dry Creamer, come on, really, guys? Dry Creamer says I'm working on one just like this. Oh my goodness. Um, let's see here. Student of gunsmithing, Scott. Awesome. What's the difference about the North Korean underfolder? Also, I'd like to get a hold of North Korean AK mag if anyone knows where to get one. Man, so would I. Anyway, um, let's see here. Circle 10 obviously is helping me out here. Scott, you'll need to consult Zeke Shoots on Facebook for more info. Honestly, North Korean AKs are not something we ever paid too much attention to, but he has more tech info. Actually, I have a lot of info on just that build. So, I mean, if you guys are watching this and you aren't familiar with this build, this here is actually, it was a really cool build. I'm actually going to do a full stock version, and I probably could. I might just do that. I mean, I do have I do have an Instagram. I just never use the darn thing. My wife set it up, and she was posting some stuff on it. I really don't even know the password to it, to be honest, because it hasn't really been my cup of tea. But anyway, really cool that Circle 10 gave me a shout out on this, and I know that they really. Oh, my buddy helped me out obtaining that aluminum mag. That magazine is now my favorite magazine. I did at one point have a North Korean AK mag, and I do have a video on that. So if you guys want to check out the only difference noticeably from a regular AKM mag and a North Korean magazine, you probably wouldn't notice you had one in your hand, to be honest. They're really no different than the majority of the North Korean AKM magazines are really no different than your run-of-the-mill AKM magazine. So the only really difference is a circle with a star stamp. That's it. And yeah, it's unbelievable how much people are willing to spend on some of that stuff. But whatever. It is what it is. Anyway, guys, if you guys don't have anything else, I'm about ready to head off, and I gotta take my second oldest back to this house so his mother doesn't freak out on me. And if you guys have anything else, please feel free to share in the comment section below. For those of you who have not done this yet, the link for my goodness, hang on. The link for the live chat, which will always be up, is this right here. So you guys are more than welcome to pop into the live chat at any time and enjoy some of the commentary from some of the people that are on here that just happened. I mean, you could literally have this window up, just pop it up in a separate window, and just have the live chat up all the time and use it as like a chat room if you want. It does refresh, so if I don't have the window open, you can. That's like I think it was Mateo and Glock were talking for like an hour and a half after the stream shut off. So you guys are more than welcome to do that, and I encourage it. You guys feel free. You're more than welcome to come here and bond and be part of a community here. And this is what I'm kind of doing. That's why I'm doing the that's why I'm doing the community thing where it is Zeke Shoots and the masters of the Kalashnikov, not just Zeke shoots anymore. So it's all of you guys and me, of course, yes, but we are the masters of the Kalashnikov. So anyway, guys, I am doing a shirt on that, and it's gonna be for Bullpup 2019, but we're gonna be kind of trolling Bullpup with our AK insurgency. So anyway, guys, let's see here. Mateo says, "Yeah, I've been dealing with a Chrome crash right after Ghost stream." Yep, yep, exactly. I mean, it's one of those things where we could all just be AR guys, or we could all be AK guys, and I choose AK guy. So it is what it is. I mean, wait. AK aficionado. Yeah. Um. 545 prepper. He's kind of in on that. Hunts for food. He might be able to, or he might know somebody that's got one. Who knows? 545 prepper. Tavor guys. Well, anyway, guys, that about wraps it up for tonight. I'm going to head off, and like I said, you guys are more than welcome to hang out here. And if you got that link for the chat room, you're more than welcome to hang out in there into perpetuity. So just, yeah. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to email me directly. You can also call me or send me a text, and I am absolutely okay with that. I will respond to that. That the only thing I do ask is that if you do call and you do feel like leaving a message and you want to have yourself in a commentary sort of thing, like like do a testimonial, is how much Zeke Shoots has affected your life in a positive manner. Feel free to leave a voicemail, and I may include it in live chat. So anyway, guys, you have a good one. Thank you for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one.